This is the Honda CR-V. Now you might be wondering why I'm testing a 7-year-old model. Because the CR-V was one of the very first compact crossovers in the market. Although this particular model is much bigger than it was in 1995. In fact, it's quite vast. And considering that it starts under 1.8 million pesos, this puts it in the firing line of the likes of the new Chevrolet Trax and even the likes of the Geely Okavango and the Ford Territory. Can this CR-V still keep up with today's competition? Let's find out. If it's a matter of style, you're not going to get much of the CR-V. This is already a very familiar shape. Although a few years ago, they were able to update it with this nice bumper with these chrome bits and the black cladding. There's also these pointy LED headlights, and down the side you have these updated two-tone 18-inch alloy wheels with Toyo Proxys tires. Down the side you have this blind spot camera that is very helpful, especially when you're trying to merge in traffic. You have this big chrome strip along the black cladding which gets rid of the sort of excessively SUV-like style, and of course this roof rail which is actually functional. In typical CR-V tradition, you have these high-mounted taillights. This time they're LED, and now they go all the way down to the middle of the tailgate. These are connected by this chrome strip with the Honda logo here and the CR-V logo down there, and of course you have your plate holder over there. The lower bumper again has also been updated with a bit more silver trim, and that's really pretty much it. Step inside the CR-V and you get this black leather interior, very old business here. But the coolest part is this center console. You have the touchscreen infotainment system, which has a rather small screen to be honest, and then you have the high-mounted gear selector, which is actually very useful, especially for shorter drivers like me. But the really cool part is this storage area. Look at how much stuff you could put into this. I can put in my wallet, my cell phone. It just goes on and on and on and on. Look at that! Step into the back of the CR-V and you see you have a very, very cavernous cabin. Excellent amounts of legroom and huge amounts of headroom. There's not much choice back here, but you do get these nice rear air conditioning vents. You have your charging ports, and if you fold down this, you have your cup holders. At the back, the CR-V is a commodious cargo area, and also there's plenty of clearance and hardly any lip for things to lift over. And this nice handle here on the side means you can fold down the seats flat, just like that. And if you take a look underneath here, you have a full-size spare wheel, an increasing rarity in the world of donut tires. Under the hood of the CR-V, no witchcraft, no turbos, no hybrid. You have a standard 2-liter single-cam 16-valve inline 4 with 154 horsepower and 189 Nm of torque. This is mated to a continuously variable transmission and front-wheel drive. Let's take it for a drive. All right, we're behind the wheel of the Honda CR-V 2-liter S CVT, which means this has the gasoline engine. And to be honest, even though it's quite a big crossover, it's very easy to drive. It's refined, it's quiet. There's a bit of tire noise from those 18-inch wheels, but you know, it's something you can live with. Now, the steering, of course, is quite light and quite vague. However, the steering ratio is relatively quick, so you can do some pretty nice maneuvers quite easily, so long as you can control your hands very well. Now, the suspension for a crossover is on the firm side, but nonetheless, the ride is supple even over the worst of bumps. Although hard cornering, you will find there's quite a lot of roll. Now, acceleration-wise, this engine, this 2-liter single-cam unit, produces quite a lot of torque at 1500 RPM. But what you do find is that if you floor it and you go for it, it sort of runs out of puff after 4000 RPM. So to be honest, there's really no point revving the living daylights out of this thing. Brakes-wise, these are very strong disc brakes all around, but the pedal is a bit mushy, and I wish it to have better feel like in, say, a Mazda CX-5. In the city, it does 7 to 10 kilometers per liter, but on the expressway, it does around 14 to 17, which isn't as good as some of its turbocharged rivals. Something I did notice about this particular test unit, which has under 23,000 kilometers, is that it's running quite rich, which means it reeks of fuel from the exhaust, and it is a bit lumpy on idle, which leads me to suspect that the MAF sensor needs a little bit of a clean. In conclusion, the Honda CR-V is still a very spacious, very practical, and very sensible compact crossover. But it is starting to show its age, especially in terms of its equipment, its infotainment system, and its safety features. Whatever your opinions are about Chinese crossovers, what you cannot deny is that these particular models are offering more value for money than traditional Japanese competition. And I think Honda needs to beef up what they have in order to keep up with the competition. And who knows, there might be a CRV hybrid soon. Did you enjoy this review? Don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel and like us on Facebook and follow us on TikTok and Instagram. I'm VJ Bakuan from Auto Fun Philippines. I hope you always have a fun journey. See you around.